Hi guys, Tech James here. In this video I will be showing you guys some useful homebrew apps that you can get for your PlayStation Vita. So I will be showing you guys about 7 apps in this video. These apps weren't interesting enough to make like a video for each app, so that's why I just decided to show them all in one video. They're all pretty useful, they all have their own uses, and I could actually use some of these daily. And if you guys want to get these apps, I will leave links for each VPK app in the description of this video, and you can also install all of them on the Vita Homebrew browser. So if you have this installed, you can simply find them on here. I have a video on this, I will leave a link to it in the description as well. Anyway, let me go ahead and show you the apps. So these are all of the apps which I thought I would just cram into one video and show you guys, because they're all pretty useful and they're all kind of unique. So the first one I just want to show you is called Notepad++. So if I just go ahead and start this, if you guys don't know what Notepad++ is, it's basically used for kind of like programming and stuff. You can enter in your own code, and you know, I have no idea how this works, to be honest. I'm not into programming languages or anything like that, but you can actually code in this thing. You can run like scripts and stuff like that, and yeah, to be honest, I don't know how it works, but if you're interested, you will be able to download it for your PS Vita. So the next app I want to show you is just Voice Recorder. Now you probably understand what this does just by the name. It basically just records your voice, so you can just tap it, and what it's doing is just recording my voice right now, and then obviously you can just pause the recording. And now if you go into recordings right here, you can actually play it just by pressing X. So you can just play it. Obviously it's just playing now. If I turn it up a bit, you guys can just hear it. I don't want to hear my own voice, so I'm just going to mute that real quick. But yeah, it works pretty well, and you can just press triangle to delete them, just like a really simple voice recorder. If you want to like make a memo or something like that, or maybe use this for a microphone, I guess, you can copy the voice recorder files to your PC, and they're in the WMV format, so you can pretty much open them with anything. So the next app I've got on here is the Vita hardware test. Now this one's actually pretty useful. You can use this just to check that all of your PlayStation Vita's buttons are working correctly. So each time you press a button on your PS Vita, you will see it lights up red. So I can press this button here, they will go red. You can even use the analog sticks, and you can see that they're working up there. The back touchscreen works and the front touchscreen works. You can see where you're touching it on the screen. So yeah, pretty much every button works. Pretty cool. You can test this out, and yeah, just a way to make sure everything on your PS Vita is working correctly. So we're just going to close out of this one right now. The next app I have on here is a calculator. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. It's just your basic calculator, but on your PS Vita, because they don't actually come with one built in. So obviously it works. You can just do 3 plus 3 real quick, and there you go, equals 6. So let's just close out of the calculator. Now another app I've got on here is a notepad. Now this is basically like the notepad you get on iPhone or Android. It's really simple. You can just type in stuff. So if you want to remember a password, or you want to write down any notes, you press square to create like a new section, and then you start typing in your notes in here, and now you can just press on the down button and it will actually save your note. And you can also edit it just by pressing X, and you can type in more stuff. So if I just type in some random stuff, press the down arrow, you can see it will enter it in to the notepad. And now you can also add, you can put lots more stuff in here, and if you close that down, you will see that it will just create a new line, and you can scroll up and down them and stuff like that. So pretty cool. You can press triangle to delete each one. And yeah, it's just a small useful homebrew application. So the next thing I have on here is in fact the flashlight. Now this one is kind of interesting. Basically, when you open this up, what it will do is just display your PS Vita screen at its full brightness. So maybe if you've like lost something, or you're in the car, you can turn this on, and it does actually work as a flashlight pretty well. There's just one kind of issue with this. When you close out of it, it will actually set your home screen to the max brightness, so you will need to hold the home button, and then obviously you can just alter it again. Yeah, kind of interesting and pretty useful. Now the last one on here is pretty useful, I guess. It's just restart, so it saves you having to hold the power button, waiting seconds and then go to power off. Basically, what you can do with this, if you need to reboot the system, if you've installed an app and you need to reboot, just tap on it and then simply tap on restart, and your PS Vita is just going to reboot itself. Obviously, once it's rebooted, you will need to run the HNCOD update again if you haven't got it permanently installed within so. But yeah, it's a pretty cool small homebrew, and that's probably the most useful for me. That is probably one I'll just use the most because it's just so easy to tap it and then just restart the system. So that is pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Maybe I will make another one, or maybe I will make one for the PSP. But yeah, pretty interesting. These apps are pretty useful, and I just thought, why not make one video on all 7 of them rather than having them like a 5-second video on each app. So that is pretty much it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.